these things are being taken away, it is also going to have a mental effect on us. But in Pempi, in the Ghanaian community, and I say in the African community, we expect to say, said ye film na ye I was say more friend so or okay, right? But we're going to talk more about a more friend or China Yameboa area. But I just wanted to bring this one in to talk about these changes in our society, in our community, and how it impacts our mental health. Now, the other thing is, children with anxiety are least likely to receive treatment. And once again, in our community, so a child between, let's say, 8 to 14 years, so pastor, I'm depressed. Because of your profession, you're going to put up a face and still deal with the person. But according to my papa, no, daddy, my depressed, and I said, mommy, my depressed. The way I bet but it doesn't take away the illness. And I also said the problem that they are going through. And tomorrow we're going to talk more on that one. But there may be AC on the statistics, and they say these are things that are not strictly abrofuasem, strictly esikafuasem, strictly ehiafuasem. No. It is a problem and discriminating and semu and tibet affect now. Now, some of these conditions, mental illness is libiso. Now, after the yenfa a case study, now yenfa BB, then we'll have about 20 minutes to ask questions. Some of these conditions, and before I even go into some of these, let me say there are over 300 diagnosable mental health conditions. ICD-10, the diagnosis code now you use to diagnose conditions, 300. Therefore, when I hear people limiting mental health to schizophrenics, and I say paranoia, and I say delusions, now, because it goes way beyond that. And the fact is, so first one, the bleeding mental health condition, anxiety, and the depression, then bipolar beba. Then when we come to the teenagers and also oppositional defiant behavior, then we go into addiction, right? And addiction, it could be substance, it could be food. Under food, so many disorders under food. Then we also have dual diagnosis. They could have two. So they could have substance abuse and have a mental health condition going on. And Sebio said, a branch be our asafunim and also community nim. Next or statistical drugs and also or then to be a dear. Let us understand where the person is coming from. Maybe a baby or feel bentino am I affected the way I was acting. And there might be a reason to it. And yet be an essay fan the trial. Now yet me pay and I see it to be only chrono. Then there's ADHD, attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. And making notes and come with your questions for those tomorrow. And then autism, also very prevalent in kids. Then there is this one, which is the huge one, the schizophrenics. The schizophrenics are individuals who sometimes are out of touch with reality. And to share their name, their course or more environment, just because of their state of mind. So those people, typically will be having paranoia, right? A fixed false belief is say, or you nipa way, and as say BBC Nesi. And as I said, they might have a delusion, right? Paranoia is the fear of something possibly happening to them. And then the delusion is the fixed false belief of who they are or where they think they are. And sometimes, they hear voices. Or what say, and nibini or more kasa. Meshamu wenya base. Meshamu and when you say a jidu for the and sometimes people will use the quotation of a bra, yesu, eko PA, a branch, and also are not in your matrix and hona me pamocho. That is very different. Mitie se will be a pastor Konadonko. Where he was explaining the spirituality behind that time, and I said that person incident, makes someone very different from someone who is having schizophrenia. yes, there might be a tendency to say they do self-harming, they hear voices and all of that. But when you're base, Mr. Moa. And we have that one too. And that is like, I don't know what a straw, say a cassie grading some form. That one is a bit higher. And those are the people are typically, we'll see on the streets, they become homeless because of their level of functioning and all of that. Into the dark group, by a shemo and base. Then once another one with a case, you see a learning disability. That is also another one. And I talk about the kids and maybe boss and more friendly also because it is known to say half of mental illnesses starts before the age of 14. And that is how younger but because we do not pick up the sign and my me follow na yet me until by the time we realize nothing is breachy. So now let us talk about this case study. And I said this group of people. BB in our community where if we don't pay attention, Dr. Agri once said, if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. If you educate a man, you educate an individual. For that reason, I want to use our women because they are a vulnerable population to explain some of these things that happens. And I typically maybe say a ma and a mofra because these are the two most vulnerable populations, right? But then as I ever call money the vibration, touch on memane kakra because as I so say yen come memman SMP it is part of our culture say Bema has to play tough. Bema and sometimes when the man is even going through something now, they are not able to express, right? Because of that perception. But it is also recorded, said, women tend to attempt suicide more, but men are more likely to be successful. And when you look at the numbers now, the success rate for men is much higher than for women, which goes to say a man equally goes through mental health issues. But because of partly the stigma, and two, the culture and into the young can was 17, you be who na ye the part na ye that and the area abba. And I would say, let us not try to play tough when it comes to mental health. Yes, someone you're ready. You need me na me din biawo. Into say a band see here more, mama ye seeking more, and it's not a sign of weakness, a sign of self-care, right? Timo will taking notes. Mental health, seeking for mental health treatment is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of health, self-care. But this very vulnerable population that I want to touch on, which is Yemano, they go through a lot of stuff. It ranges from, and as I said, stresses, stresses under the mental health conditions, baby, ever. And they go through a lot of stress because of taking care of the home. Or more that core responsibility say also when they and a lot of stress also. The other thing is the expectation of meeting the needs of the husband also. And also in some cases, told the beer, your Ghanaian culture anymore, not your Taika managing, Emma who knock or doors. And abra air doors no so no boil up, and the problems. Our women also tend to suffer a lot. And let's look at emotional abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. These three say it is enough for maybe a week's discussion. But simply now I want to say whenever you put the woman through this now, one, it puts the woman at a higher risk of having mental health illnesses or conditions. And to the women pay special attention to our women. And it is also recorded, women has more self-identity issues and also self-esteem issues than men, right? And abra auto no who bebre no na udi na bebre no emotionally who abusing then it makes the self-esteem of the woman and also to go down. And as it drops, then it leads to mental health issues, right? Lack of self-esteem or low self-esteem can lead to some mental health issues such as dependent personality behavior, avoidant personality behavior, depression, anxiety, sometimes even bipolar, right? And we also energy on person because energy as of course is because of what you are putting her through. The other thing is say because of hormonal changes. Once a member na your hormones na and sisa be brisa, but a man dear no, a sign the way Yankopon si more in that special way, which we appreciate, and it comes with that also. It's about hormonal changes, so air course it also impacts the way they act or behave. And everyone say everyone mana a more aye din bebre. Everyone say no more my. It's about we start putting it through those stresses, which is the verbal, physical, and emotional abuse, then it affecting them more, right? The other thing is to say, the joy of marriage is having kids. But I also say this is also a very huge stressor. That period of pregnancy, a stressor enough. Therefore, as men, we really have there to provide that emotional support. So past that phase, through the pregnancy, the birth, and then aftermath, they can go through a lot. And there are three things that can happen. Postpartum blues, right? And postpartum depression. Then we have postpartum psychosis. And now let us look at some figures. Postpartum blues, first. Postpartum blues, started from birth to 2 weeks. And abra wawo abofrane if we start brand ma ekosi na otwemienu, they could have postpartum blues. And start postpartum blues, once they are na tie soon now they have this sense of guilt and they feel overwhelmed because this is a change in their lifestyle, right? This is the routine they had and all of that. All of a sudden, but that extra loss of sleep now at the bar, and then the attention that you got to give to the kids, which I mean, if there's any health problem or deformity or anything like that now, then it complicates the issue, right? And these things can give the postpartum blues. And this is the highest occurrence out of the three. It happens between 50 to 80% of women that have kids. And the rates are very, very high. In most cases, we do not pay attention to it and we just ignore and continue business as usual. But say, at that point, the woman is the one going through that vulnerable state, And we, the men, will have to be the support system. So first of all, we will have to identify, Mary, the mood is, the attitude is. Now, you can talk to her about it, but be there for her, right? And, pick up the pieces for her also. And you better say, no, also no, what's on the moon, why yes, and your man, so aman. Anna, the other thing also say, was a tembiano, we talk to them, and in talking to them, you better let us not talk in talking them down. Let us talk to raise their spirits, right? Oh, abnanya she, ye denyamia sisa bofreaba, and your master said, but me wahama, meso umu emribiano, bibi, oh, here bibia, mamihu, that level of support. And yes, now also about from Baco by the debut or damp him, and so damp him, right? And Sakasasado, and Timima, I reho more about Obano emu into the Abeshe, Mummy and Shenesa. Now, yes, I'm renosona. Wow, or share how I knew Krunubu nothing and patch of a remote man, patch of Median and I already where he tell you the show, a do sana, and no massa, no now. Was to Sony Mona and also it's me and your relief now, Nerea Hoopy. So that is the postpartum blues. Then we go into the postpartum depression. Depression, they are not a drew bra. I said, more, they tend not to be able to get up and do stuff. And it's not say it's just because the energy is not even there, right? In Kofa, a child AC or mumu obia or history of depression before, whether diagnosed or undiagnosed. And I'll be so on my when you postpartum blues or postpartum depression pain. Maybe our second or third one. Then you tend to see say a child mumu. And it also gets worse. And postpartum depression, it gets worse from the postpartum blues, And to the people with poor social support, or more after they won't say not their cause, it's turned them to depression. Okay, and that is the progression I echo. And if the baby also comes out with any health problems, maybe about for by a baby to NICU, and also by with any form of deformity, or na about my menason, and I said I will for no. A man so to some time, and then sometimes they even have this sense of guilt. Ebia na edru bibi na oye bibi or twini mu bi and I say bibi borno and I say okwa edwuma bibi si. Then it's like, oh, that day crop no echamitum se mema me nyo ana me ye na ebia na no na de or how ya babo frey so inti me na mama na basa. That guilt, is always there, and that is why we have to provide the social support, And when there's that lack of social support now, then it leads them to having the worst case of depression, not a year worse because in Krashibia and Fibebia Emma, right? And then when there's also financial difficulties, say Sikasembe problem. As I said, I'm more for bar at the energy neighbor, but that energy also comes with that second thought to say, yeah, now we have an extra mouth to feed, right? Into the south or how and also when they have difficulty breastfeeding, especially parents or person breastfeeding, now they have difficulty breastfeeding, and my frustration near more. As I said, frustration leads to stress, and stress will lead to a mental health issue, right? And the more frustrated they get for any reason, will lead them to getting more depressed postpartum. And we have to provide that support. Looking at the numbers, this also happens between 15 to 25% of women, right? So the first one was 50 to 80. Now this is 15 to 25. So it's not as much as the blues, but it is also up there. Therefore, we have to pay attention to that. So they become disinterested in themselves. I said their value that they had in themselves goes down. Therefore, they don't care much about themselves or the child. They do baby on Timikrampo, sorry, or sorry, if you all know, on Shishan who ye, no, Shabo Franny ye, never man also to honor na yan, ye, or one audio to honor no iron, for a back up our young one, wow, oh, my me so and so, or Timisha more friendly na. And not ne anti wolfie and the anti sinisonimu. At this point in patch, I wonder how them to sonimu. Right? And to the side of many na bra, yeah, kicker, yeah, show more not a more area home more. It's yes, sir. That is not the point to do all of that. And if even BBC, a body fault, I miss someone, yes, I'm running na, or babe kai no. Some no ye bra o hian krashe more no o hia emwa so more na yetimi amana sa emwa no nti e be hye mo me hye no so. But when somebody also has postpartum depression na e betimi amome yempe professional help man na ontimi seek treatment because it is managed by psychosocial support or psychotherapy and medications, right? Nti no ye be hye say mo me yempe attention sa na yentimi emfa mo npakro. Then the next one, postpartum psychosis. So the psychosis is part of the schizophrenia now body earlier, where they hear the voices and all of that. There was a case that happened, I think, in the late 80s or early 90s, where woman be a kum number. Yet they know echo court. She was found not guilty by plea of insanity. And in that case, the lady had postpartum psychosis. Right? And moment who say, and you may be one of my shabby, enye menka say enye nenia, but menka so say ya basem. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is say yarebi and I say bibi will go through and emanation. Sometimes you hear a voice telling you command hallucinations, telling you say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, say on yeah, enjoy, right? And you know those command hallucinations, you know, may lead someone and I say a parent to do something which really say enye enua and ke. So that is the postpartum psychosis, no, and also happens in less than 1% or after pregnancy. And you know, the first one 50 to 80, 15 to 25. Then this is less than 1%. So this one is much lesser, but it's also more serious. So as I said, the hallucinations, visual, and then auditory, right? Which makes her to behave or act one way or the other. This one also starts between 2 weeks to 1 year. Into time and also important so that we can know which one we are addressing. And this case in the DMS, don't try to manage at home. At this point, that person will have to be under a care of a psychiatrist, if possible, in a confined area. And it's for the safety of that person, the safety of the kids, and the safety of anybody else around, because you know what voices they're hearing. We've had cases in our clinic, in our hospital, about a more inpatient setting. We have so many cases where they have postpartum psychosis. And of course, after treatment and everything, then they apologize and all of that. They go back happy, they take care of their kids and they raise their family. And you know, because I said, Mama, bear 20 minutes, and my father right now is 9:11. Into measure, sorry, Mohonum 8:11. Into measure now, so be a question now. Obey to me at the Abana 20 minutes, yet me at the answer. You check your notes now, the questions now about
one.
Wayama.
Opening.
Yeah.
What question? That was the Juma, what take upon yourself so be educated, sorry, was such an important part of our health. What can baby say? Statistically, 1 out of 4 means to say DFW, Nipa nam honina, we 4 more back be abodam, Tibebre, na what am ha. Na says what can baby moon you should sad word no some abodam.
Right.
Some banner use your word banner, yeah, use it to describe that situation. Question number 1.
Okay.
Question number 2. Yen yina ni asompanyim fo ni asofo nyina yewo challenges in handling situations like this. Because I saw bi mu sofo no preaching na maame ba ko no fan papa. Also, you know how sofo ni awo to ani nyina wo boa no keka bia afi sofo na ehunu ne wonye. Woto no babrum no wotena ase na hoseje. And a church board for farm maame de no call church board. One see a bit too. Thinking, say, there is a pool of Bethesda or church board or what, yet the new Ramwa. Ufrimupa obenya hoarding. Yenina, you quana, young fast one handles that situation, and be better. And the numbers, no one increases at 1 in 4, and yes, small numbers. And see a shabby walk, Yasorama, now say, Yasitinamwa. Advice Ben Abamana, question number 3. I know, Kurasa said,
Mama start intro.
Makaka.
Okay.
Question number 3. I know, Kurasa said, a man no about them more, Chan Mema. I know me this wara near me matitino. And a final question. So will be was so damn. Nasa idea, a course of senior which a postpartum day, a progressive. Ne drew baby a yentim nenentana. Kwan bang and you're open for us to deal with this situation. And as I mentioned, what's now best rich.
Okay. Well, say again. Now, me starting few one no, because I never first I heard me. So say yes, me enka say omo abodama enye ne enka ne say, right? Doc, bibia wonidi. And you know, until say you've told someone say maybe I want hypertension and I say what diabetes, no, say the pressure cost now we cannot conclude it say what hypertension, okay? In the end, say me banner me share the way we see patron na fi the me blood pressure na say 180/120 crampo na. Me to be conclude say doc what hypertension. The miss can say pressure cost, right? And you know, I would say let us talk to people about their symptoms instead of their diagnosis. Ebane say me intimi emba sorry maboto or frame me fa ni year. When you come to me and it's like, oh Philip, what depression? And I said, Philip, I think say you are depressed. That puts a barrier between us. What they make one, just think about it that way. Left alone, so I say, Philip, I say, what about them? I think that is what most of us will do. And you know, let us talk to them about their symptoms. Philip, now say the one part, you who are sorry. I say, you're frog crop on for BBI, you okay. Then we can talk about the problem and not a diagnosis, right? Is the dog, that will be the answer to the first one.
You need a tree custom. Yeah, one think I will be our young fan substitute free necro.
Yeah, fine. Oh, yeah, dead, you know. Who's the new baby on the mark? In Casa, no new baby on my yet one word, but a bit me, words to describe. And you know, tree monocrampona, make I say, yeah, fa, and your ma, oh, yeah, dead, you know. Na yeah, fa, and no, any non count myself. And say, ye bet to said, you know, Eddie Amano. And yes, and I am on Pacono, a shati off. And it makes it difficult for us to even have anything going on. Doc, that's one you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Then second one, yeah. Sorry, how I be handle no. Meboa.
Yes.
Okay.
This
is the problem. First part no, I said that sad topic when and I said same way ninya bibia na ye ka wasem pini nti no na ye mu bebre odoma ye ni munti ase nti no ekwan na ye fa so handle no maybe no na very different. But since I ye di nkomo bi say no na ye sua no maybe say no, I hope say going forward, you know, our approach will also be different. Say ebane say so obi go through and also obi ye die ni ye bi adia amumi enhu ne say a cry out for help and also say eniamo ho two different things. And if even eniamo ho krapona, I don't think say utu ni pakona say no is a solution to that problem. I believe strongly say perifo moka bi say kasa sie say poto de, right? Me say minim so bebu beni ya but kasa sie say poto de, which means say having a conversation in private is better than having it in public. And in the you have to put the person to the side and use the right people, you know, to help that person address that issue. That you also try to go back and forth with the person in public. Because the bad is na baby only pakroni fever no. Any idea they're going to give up for you. And, you know, you just have to find a nice way to cut that conversation and then address it at the appropriate time with the individual. But say, and you may be one man, or yes, no, or dead near who say, I think say at least as to your next question, say, a bunny saying to me, hand there, a quite bad so now, yenfa. Mume Shannon so say, at least in this country, that is one thing that helps. When somebody is in danger to themselves or somebody else, at that point, you can call in crisis center and ask the police, right? And you know, the police know when that person is in danger to themselves or somebody else, immediately we have to call in the police because a life is at stake. at that point, it is not even to the wish and I said the preference of that individual, whether they want the police or somebody called or not. It's taken beyond that. Okay, so that is why now we have to talk to the person about almost symptoms. Go through. Then let's have that person open up. Now, bro, open up after the end of the discussion. Then we can nicely say, oh, and ye pe and more be say, and I ye need pe be say and kasa, right? So then we can direct the person to the right channel. But if I say, oh, corner, oh, now say the why depressed, then how, then now after they take that approach, non block it off, yeah, then it becomes very difficult for us to recommend treatment. But see, a corner, see, then that person, when it comes to symptoms, and I says symptoms are yes, it is very difficult for someone to deny because and once that is established, no trust then any recommendation that you give, will be likely followed. Okay, I'm saying you mean and Wakabakwana.
But me and San Nippon, Madame Ho. Modern be communicate with him or her. Or Malquansa, effort to be away and is being misconstrued. That case, so was William said the behavior and I said the symptoms, and you're normal. Fine, Ben, available to us. What steps can we take to help her and to help the church?
Okay. Crisis Center is one very big resource. So we use Crisis Center every county. Or more number, and baby, I'm want to measure say mobile crisis center, right? Now, what they're counting out to us, you get the numbers. They are a huge resource. They will do the evaluation. If they have to come to the home, they will come to the home, and that is a bit of crapness or mobileness on and they have to break in, and they will break in because we have to establish, say, that person is safe. So the use of the crisis center is the biggest resource available to us. Then the police, depending on the severity. But I think going through the crisis center in most cases, is the best. Then apart from this, obia ojinidi, obia onene wasa ayonkofano. Then let's use that person as a means to the individual and also. I think in some cases, eana enoneboa. Ebiana pastor of the church there, but nisa. And when pastor realizes that, they say, Uncle Keynes now a bit to me, I get to that individual now. It is okay. Let's use Uncle Keynes to get to the individual. Now, you see that approach.
Another question there, if say I know ma
okay. A man no etenya, and in my presentation, I think I make a man etenya, most of the conditions, is higher in ma than in mema. Because, as I said, on a lighter note, a mema ni etated man into a time area. But on a serious note, that is what it is. Because of the problems that I cause or more and the hormones that they go through and all of that, yes, it's true. They tend to have more cases than a member. And that is why I said, yeah,
Kingston in Besame Bamakakra.
Yes, uncle.
Yeah, I'm say, baby, you free no. I was stigma home. Now I'm say, after years, say, yeah. Emma diagnosis, Obi ya pe yeso abodam na dia hye bayi. Enunti enema pino ani nya sai no a ne aka hye. Even unum se Ghana for kobenya seizures kura no a ye fa seizures se yabayi fo yare. Enti banya omo so da be hye ho no a na omo piripira. Enti no saa so ne adwinum haw yade no. Obi anya bia yenye and the time of year very stressful. If we say a yep na fee say a yen or yabodam and answer wabodam. Any treatment a year the man who fear and your ma your voice, especially so be woman say or you're a little bit educated at So yeah, nurse kura na wunsia mental health. Sometimes the way you approach to mental health issues na you wrong kura. It one seeking health the biano me bu nipa ti sa no animtia na ma obu mo nimtia na oya de bia na fi se wabodam na wo ye no a worse situation no. It imagine them say yes no say na ye fi ase a wo church ni ade nyine no. Ebeboa ma asafoma ye nyine ye hun how to deal with it when a bar. Now my question is say what can be said say a man will be na because of issues common a moment timinya depression ni other post war issues near the it might be them say anyone see baby no ananso no ye wo ye emra na ye mrantie at the time no we knew nothing say na wo can say be wa wo na na wo ba ko wa wo na office on ko na wa wo no ni ade no I think say senka we say no a better part of discharge education wo hospitals kura no ankabeboa before say obi awo ebeyi no na ke bi ama mental health personnel bi eno makokasa say bi oba no kofie no. These are some of the things that are possible say we go through. When it happens, this is how you should deal with it. How do you think say how the will be to me I influence it ama ebia we akwa part of discharge team obi a be free fee ebe kro no ne am obi say e na kokasa okofi ne e ba so we know now what say and SME na anye big issue.
Yo, Uncle, yeah, that's it for the contributions. You know, it's all points are very well noted, solid. The question, who's it in solving a problem? Some of it is the macro level, some of it is the micro level. If one man, bigger things that it has to go through policies and all of that. And for our purpose of enumerate a discussion, that part will be very difficult to handle. But the SU now that we know, so being so a community, then we can prep the family, about stuff like this, right? I'm saying no, to me, and say in the Ghanaian community, not even in the church, we can identify a right person to have that kind of conversation with the family. As you rightly said, that person might even be a nurse, but so in your pro mental health, I had a discussion and to identify the right person. Now, honest, and it's not something that should be educated to just the woman, because as I said, in the Bema no one channel, and a one, and a two, also providing most of the support. And it is an education for the family. As a versus just Obano.
But me kakraka. Yeah, Patricia and your Wichita Falls. Kakra me me de eka ho ani say. We are you seeing you said the beya ye asafedi company for the master. Some way she na additional community say mo de mayen. Na ni nyina no ni ye mu ni say niema be koso ama asafoma. Ewo ya dwini mu how ehu asem nti na mo de opani aba. Na me de kakra me kan say won say ade bia na start free baby. So that what kind a micro a static to oh neba na near tennis say me there is a casa for you woman and kebianka obi or how be more. Oh, okay, wasn't Cotibinia or be penny be was a funumu or bit my day. I trust an uncle back corning chain. Nanka what to me adding a how not to and no way the non account was them. Oh, and no says a quanyano or pa. A see a name be briano. Oh, but and then I say, be a boo or tea asem na went to me and out meso or tea na no so dia couldn't come over baby. And then I might me feelings so no trust the signing and yet day. A new hobby in a nipano. Bibi cry necos no is a penny be crab it to no foie buana. Nipang south will be once a na edding. Na I didn't them. Aha, so meanwhile no. Bianca, yet me too, you're not a kakra, and anka, nipa to me by and chain, and ye share near me be no more. And kebet me see, san near my way be brave, and I can't better make edeka postpartum depression, no one knows when he say, say you know what's Ghana yenimwa nipa twa ho ahia we bua we si niema we do dwara kora uko we yi kora ni okra umbrella you obi okra wo bag you obi okra we ba krom hanente sa enti no maku mo wa sore e na mbetima ye dia boa omo afi na omo wo se bia obi ko wo a support be na safo no e de be ma no wa wo awie no mo be rotate se ma me we e se ahadi obi anytime but ma me off day kona bia koya abenkwan kakrama abaye ya nsa kwota ne chekwa na ne monkomo saa ne man ketenkete ni nyina no so betima ye de aboa ayi saa how ni nyina binom every asafo no kakram patro me de boa
yo mama yeah that was it. Say second one.
Hello.
Question to the jamo.
Me pacho.
Hello.
Yo Auntie Tina me pacho kasa.
We have that in the church. A lot of people, we go out and help, but there are some people they don't even call you when they need help. Well, unless you want to impose yourself in somebody's, you say, well, here, how do you go there? So, and then one thing to say, so what will problem be? So be what that's problem, no? Wouldn't they call hospital for assessment, you know? Then the doctor said, oh, there's nothing wrong with the patient. So in this case, what do you do?
So what when someone go through some problem? And I would call hospital. And the doctor and they say there's nothing wrong with the patient.
Yeah, they do all kind of assessment. And they'll come out and say the patient on the rightful mind. There's nothing wrong with the patient.
Okay. Auntie Tina, I want to look at it this way. And to say, maybe I'm working na me time expected hypertension symptoms. Not me do hospital, but not me hypertension in the honor. There are so many Arabic on ma. Maybe I which means I never home for me, but me could do hospital and I say me what of me. If that is what is happening now, then it makes it difficult for the practitioner because about the time doctor no who they who of ye. With me, so they are making a diagnosis. Right? And you know, if it is not consistent, if the behaviors is not consistent, if the assessment does not correlate the information now, then Emma doctor no. But so what do you only parchrono? Next say only parchrono me kasama ne ho any bibia no appoint to say kasama no so na the doctor cannot use you to do the assessment for the other person, right? Especially if the person is not a minor. And even with mental health issues, some states, my exemption, there could be a minor, but they can be assessed alone. This is me pacho me person me mami fi hono na e wate mami ni fi hono. That is the difficulty with this, right? And you know, sometimes in the money they hono kakra. There are also another case where a about hospital, I'll checking itself in without a parent. And in some states, it is allowed because of the level of issue now you're dealing with, you know. So to answer Tina question, you know, say, okay, will be one the call hospital there because you are part like one ordinary buy. Next step, all the practitioner permit when feed them water because in most cases the practitioner should ask, say, can we do the assessment with this person present? Because of HIPAA issue. Now we are consenting, the patient has to consent to it. And stand with me with somebody else present. So now what I'm saying is once the person did not say leave the room, no, then nicely you chime in and then give the word outside of the only narrative. Because I want to use this word very carefully. Only is smart enough to present the problem to the practitioner. Meaning the doctor the petty, meaning the mechanic, right? But once now, what come and me by, you came for a reason. And you know, only become now, as a good practitioner, no, we always weigh the only versus the obifo and versus the posture and presentation of the person versus the orca. And you know, when we put all of this together now, then we'll be able to come up with a good treatment plan for the patient. And it's in a to question.
opening Pacho Mr. Jamani Mewo Etio Free California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, na me person me ka ho kakra bi ne say. So person do be ko hospital no a mental health patient. You need to establish say any panel or a danger to themselves, danger to others, or they are gravely disabled. And until no say while threatening also be kunwa, that is okay. While threatening and us will break you down, why you be there. You have to. The whole corner will catch and say medino ban. And me in some way and a practitioner no OT. So or a danger to themselves or danger to others, or they are gravely disabled. And son what me establishes a psychiatric problem. And until the end means so we are in some fun could emergency room say, Doctor, you know about that. It doesn't happen that way. You have to be, establish the 3 cardinal, diagnostic, answer and diagnosis of any medicine.
Yo.
But the thing is,
New York, Nana.
But the thing,
hold on.
But the thing is,
Mami Chita, hold on, Kakra. We were the best here, Tam Nation. Remember, o name, Mammy Tina, we na ya close, Nami Yadoma, and no pane, you ran your bet was. The Mammy Tina finish it now, or no, and wrap up and I am familiar.
Okay, Doctor, Sebi, I mean, I'm in any panic. So, I'm in a fear. And I know what is going on. Me just said, maybe a question. It's not normal for that person. Me, she said, either say me cool and I said me no. There are so many things going on. I mean, if you say, yes, I know what's here. It's not normal. Maybe my seeking help all over. It's not working. So can't I take my spouse, to hospital? Say, oh, this is what I've seen about my wife or my husband. I think that my husband or my wife needs help. Can't we do that?
You sure can. Ubet me new on Paconako, but he said, Mr. Jimakano, one in the corner, you have to establish why. This is how he used to be. Now, this is what he says better. For us to involuntarily admit someone, then that 3 cardinal points that Mr. Jima established has to be in place. Say, you can say, okay, you go to hospital, so open pill. Then it has to be say you are in danger to yourself and all of that. But say be a mikruno depressed, mikruno attending to son, but or call hospital or deny say or no monsa. I can't say yes, no or no monsano. And Auntie Tina, Anne, ubet me or the only patrono ako. Now, but okona, you have to establish why. Because as providers, so we have a license to protest and we have a code of ethics. And yes, also now, say be obisu nini and Auntie Tina me pacho. Menka said that is what it is in your case. But say mene Pastor Kuma or no never heard Pastor Kuma who ye me here. Make me tam na call year no ko kan yo mato no so. Na say be ye na yintino as practitioners, we have to guard against all of that. So the banner, the provider will have to be satisfied, they say, with the reports now the man no any or those assessments, any diohuno or kabuma, then they can based on that make their case. And sometimes it's not conclusive. Say the other buyer beka now own parkour no so far. So kika no mabu now ultimately they make a case.
Okay, may I see period, Doctor?
Be part your answer.
I interested. I say I grow ya then na idea some class for until rapport na yesterday asori panyini amachi na washira so amaye. Nyame ya adoma anuanom echena omyemra so ntem. And I said Mr. Yentum Kaya no was the mara was see ye on veil your face or pursue who ye no share your reaction. It is a wow video no mama as much as possible ye humanim. Yes, remupi mama modernama monya samano. Now what to me yes I know who nipa na bia woni mumu bi kura no so mano.
Well, my children and Musa, I much cross so no idea. I just realized I'm also.
I
second home.
Miss Nyasam Ketua Kora.
That should be a number 12.
I can have pedal.
I say invite to Black California and I feel I will call Texas.
I knew say.
Yo, yeah. Miss Laubet to me a rap up and so penny.
Me pacho, pass away in a blanket so big.
I mean, the American say, running show. My questions will be me at much now.
Me pacho, and you're changing major more time.
Okay.
I realized that 29 hours.
And I said, near Opinion Jamaica canning and I know theory na mocha. Some be who sat is an amason inside the no emergency room. Say, we have Madame Namomwamia. Well, quite sir, or no one to
go by just so you a problem no more.
Well, either way, dear. Nothing that's going to me so big some fun in emergency room. No one want to have you who didn't.
Don't get that. Actually, for that, we say, Baba, ama yet me did mediate to say, best say, suffer for now, Chinyamwa, Yamrana, Yemeti, the Yakupon, or my is going to be more centered on our kids, and that is another vulnerable population that needs a lot of attention. You might be because I ain't in the anti-assay, Nyantiase, so you who quite be fast. Yeah, the barrier and the measure say, as I said, in the day over 300 diagnoses, I send me doors, I send no so. And you know, say, we better check it, your YouTube page in the app, Feel Good Services, it's PHILGOOD. There is one condition, and maybe a depression, that we talk about it. Now, Yama, how a better manage you if you want to seek help with the professional on the side of the and today, find a back Marco, and today, I say on them. Now, saying so, no. What we also do is, if there is a social event, there is a social issue be going on that has a mental health piece to it, and so we pick that social event because most people know about it, and then we talk about the mental health piece, to make it easier for people to relate. And unya measure say obetimi a check page, so now we do media ID. Abraham for share now more share now, so na boa so ma. You who said the na list people are listening. Na yet my mo. Madam was
Yo, Penny, that was a pan, I mean, shroud. And you know, Mama, Empire. Let us pray. Merciful Father, we want to thank you this Sabbath for your words of wisdom. We pray, Father, that you will continue to give us understanding. And also, Father, we pray for all those that may be affected by these ailments. We pray, Father, that your Spirit will be with each and every one of them. Use us in whatever way you can to be able to help and to support these people. We thank you for the ministry of